All right. What's up, everybody? I'm back with another video. All right, in this video, we're going to talk about digital ID and also some other different ways that they've been censoring people. Now, I was watching Asia from America First AI Network's video that she just put out about the digital ID thing and how they're going to be censoring everybody online. And of course, it started with the porn stuff, which, yeah, they said it was for kids, but really it's just about centralization. Now, for me, it's not really a problem because I listen to Raging Golden Eagle and he's a super genius. So he kind of knew about this stuff already. But as far as it being a centralization plan, like, I checked it. I'll admit I checked it out. Maybe it's embarrassing, even though like supposedly 90% of men watch porn. So, but basically Pornhub is still, it doesn't have any censorship. You can still just go right into it. But all the like smaller websites that didn't have as much funding, they stuck this thing on there. And it's not just that you have to upload your ID. They want you to download an app onto your phone or onto your computer and then enable the camera and all the other settings, like basically allow that app to have full access to your computer. And then they want biometric data. Like they want you to take a picture of your eyeball or your hand or all this. Each company and each app has a different thing, but it's not uploading your ID, which that would make complete sense to me. Like, the fact of the matter, they should just have it where it's like on a credit card basis, basically, where it's like you should have to have a credit card, even if you're not buying anything. You should have a credit card that they can verify who you are through the bank. That's the most legitimate way to verify if someone's an adult or not. But saying all that, you can see that it's a push towards centralization where, Pornhub, you can still go right into it. But all the smaller websites, they got screwed over because they don't have the capital to do whatever Pornhub's doing, that they can verify your age without you having to download an app and do all this other stuff. Because I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not downloading an app onto my phone and doing all this other stuff. But, so that's that. So this video here that I'm showing, I made, 4 years ago or whatever. And it's basically this debate that's going on between Jeff Berwick and Max Egan, where, Jeff Berwick is more like a financial guy and Max Egan is more understands like social control, like digital ID, AI surveillance, stuff like that. And I was kind of saying that both of them were right. The financial control thing where they're using the central banks to inflate the money and take away your purchasing power and take away your ability to like have any political power through, capital. And also that they're going to bring in the digital ID and they're going to basically target at kids or target it at younger people because younger people are already on these kind of centralized, monopolized apps. So they're going to have to accept it. Because like if you want to get your money on TikTok, it's say you're a TikToker, and then they say, well, now you've got to upload this and upload that, and you're making like $1,000, $2,000 a month on TikTok. You're going to upload whatever they tell you, and that's where everyone's at. You're on YouTube, and they tell you you've got to do this and do that now, and you're making $2,000 a month on YouTube. You're going to do it. You're going to do whatever they say. If they say, take a dick pic, and if you're making $2,000 a month on YouTube, I'm sure a lot of people are going to say, hey, just whip it out. Dicks out for Harambe, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I was watching Max Egan's video from earlier. You can check my last video where he was talking about Bondi Beach in it for a little while, but then he started talking about the digital ID stuff also. And so I checked what he was talking about in the video, and it's pretty correct what he was talking about. I mean, he does these walk and talk videos. They're really good. He's getting really good at it, actually, too. Where he's just swinging the camera around and he's in Acapulco. Cool video. But here we go. It says, Foreigners allowed to travel to the U.S. without a visa could soon face new social media screening, right? So this is crazy, right? Foreigners who are allowed to come to the United States without a visa could soon be required to submit information about their social media, email accounts, and extensive family history to the Department of Homeland Security before being approved for travel. Now, you have to keep in mind that all countries are going to be doing this because all countries are under the central bank, World Economic Forum, UN type of stuff. And so they're all going to be doing this. So Americans that want to travel to other countries are also going to be subject to this type of process. So the notice published Wednesday in the Federal Register said Customs and Borders Protection is proposing collecting 5 years worth of social media information from travelers from select countries who do not have to get visas to come to the U.S. Right? And according to what Max Egan was saying, that they will probably be monitoring your social media while you're in the country as well. So this is going to apply to, like I said, Americans traveling to other countries, like to Europe or to South America or to Africa or Asia. They're going to be wanting to check your social media history for 5 years to see if you said anything, against their government or against their stuff. Right. And then, so of course, it's always only one step away, right? So I clicked on this. I'm like, oh, what's the electronic system for travel authorization? Because that sounded kind of weird, right? So I clicked on it and immediately it goes to U.S. allows Israeli citizens to travel to U.S. visa-free as Israel joins a select group of countries, right? And that's what the article is about, is how Biden is going to allow all Israeli citizens to just freely come in and out of the United States without a visa because they have this electronic system. Yeah, the U.S. officials can still bar them at the airport, but that's only if they check their social media and they're like pro-Palestine or something. Like, I mean, I don't want to say that that's what, but I mean, we've seen that in the media, that, pro-Palestine immigrants are being rejected. And look, I'm not saying that, Islam is the greatest thing on earth, but I think the government is supposed to be like pretty like, what's it called? Non-biased. That's why I think just having a blanket moratorium on immigration is the most kind of like, I don't know if you want to say partisan thing to do. Then I clicked on this where it said admitting Israel into a select group. So I thought that maybe this article would be about the whole group, but no, it's Biden administration is poised to allow Israeli citizens to travel to the U.S. without a visa. And then on one line, it says, administers the program, which currently allows citizens of 40 mostly European and Asian countries to travel to the U.S. for 3 months without visas. They don't even list the countries. The whole article is just about how cool it's going to be to allow Israel to travel for free. Okay. So they're saying this is going to help out Netanyahu. Okay. So we can see that there, right? So they're definitely going to keep ramping this up. First, it starts with the porn. Then it goes to like small businesses, artists, people trying to do stuff online. And then eventually it will just be accepted by everyone that, oh yeah, I mean, what do you mean you don't want to upload your ID and your thumbprint and your eyeball retina scan to the internet? What are you, some type of terrorist or something? Because I mean, that's how it's went so far. When online first started, everybody was anonymous. Everybody was just on there anonymously, and it was almost seen as insane for you to publicly post any like private information, your address, your real name, pictures of yourself connected with your address and your real name. Then, CIA backed Facebook came out, right? Because that was the thing. That was the difference between Facebook and MySpace. MySpace was still the old internet, like Internet 1.0, where it was like messy graphics, everything was messy, and it was like user generated graphics and stuff like that. And everybody was on there with like a username, right? Everyone still had like a username. Like, it wasn't like Facebook where you have your full government name underneath your picture, like your profile picture of you just taking like basically like a passport photo, right? And then it became like people like me now who don't want to post all of their pictures and information online. People are like, what's wrong with you? Are you a terrorist or something? What do you have to hide? Why don't you want to be online like on Front Street? It's just because I'm old. I'm old. I grew up in a time when that was considered insane to do. That was considered insane. What everybody does now, where they just put themselves online fully, full name, that used to be considered insane. So you can see how it will go to that where people will look at you funny. You'll be like, oh, why don't you want to upload your retina scan? Why don't you want to put your thumbprint into the phone? What are you, a criminal? Right? That's what it will be like. And then it will be that if you don't want to, give them all your biometric data and GPS data and all your metadata 24/7, then they'll be like, oh, you're insane. What do you mean? What do you have to hide? Right? So anyway, now the last part of this is Asia's video itself. Now, this type of censorship I've been seeing a lot, and I don't generally record people's videos because A, I don't have that much space on my hard drive, and B, if people want to take down their videos, that's up to them. But I did want to record this phenomenon because I've been seeing it happening a lot, and I've been sitting here for at least like 2 hours. Well, I haven't been sitting here the whole 2 hours, but I've had her video up for about 2 hours, 3 hours now. And basically, the thumbs up button has been fluctuating wildly for the whole time. When I first arrived at the video, it had about 38 views, and it had 4 thumbs up. I thumbs up the video, and then it had 5 thumbs up. So I'm sitting here, I'm playing the game, I'm kind of listening to the video. Then getting close to the end of the video, I started looking, I'm looking over at it, whatever. I noticed that the video had only had 3 thumbs up. And then I noticed that I was doing this thing. So watch, I'm going to play this. And this is why people aren't getting views, right? Wait, let me explain further before I play this. And so what I think what I think they're doing is something similar to what they did in the Japanese banks in like the 90s. I don't know if you guys remember that, but there was like this big scandal where the bankers were shaving off 0.0001 cent off of each penny that was transacted through the bank. And then it ended up that they stole like billions of dollars doing that by shaving off like 0.0000. It was like almost like an imperceptible amount of money that they were shaving off of each transaction, but it added up to like millions or like hundreds of millions of dollars or like $1 billion or close to something like that. Right? It was like a huge scandal. And so I think that's what they're doing now. I think because of the way that everything's decentralized, instead of just shadow banning one person or banning one person, because they know they can't do that anymore because of like Rumble and Odyssey and all these other places, right? So what they're doing is, at least this is what it looks like to me. Say you have 1,000 content creators that are talking about the same topic. if you shave like 5 views off of each content creator, off of 1,000 content creators, right? Then you've shaved off like, what is it? 5,000 views, right? Off of a specific topic. And now you can say maybe there's 2,000 content creators. I mean, who knows how many right-wing content creators, left-wing content creators there are, right? I mean, this channel is small. And there's a lot of channels like that where it's like they're just starting out and their views are getting shaved off by YouTube. So watch, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's like ridiculous. You see what I'm saying? And then it's been doing that for like 3 hours. It just stopped doing it now because probably about a half hour before I started recording this video, it went back up to 5 thumbs up, and now it's at 61 views. It went back up to 5 thumbs up, and now it's back down to 4 thumbs up. Right? And so you can see the rate at which she was getting views when she first released the video. It seemed kind of consistent that there would be people thumbs upping the video. See, there's people watching the video, thumbs upping the video. Because when I first started watching the video, it was at 38 views, and now the video is at 40 views, right? So you can see like there's probably people thumbs upping the video, and then it's just going back down. Because maybe 1 or 2 people would have thumbs up the video and then said, hey, you know what, actually I don't like this video. Or maybe they clicked it by accident. You know, they're like scanning through and they move the mouse and they just clicked on it by accident. But you can see it's been consistent, and I didn't want to sit here recording for like an hour, but it was doing it. It was doing it for like 2 hours. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it seems consistent with like the timing where it's like, okay, now another person's coming to watch the video and they're thumbs upping the video. And like I said before, I've had videos where I know that somebody watched the video, the full video, and then the video still had 0 views. Right? So all these people talking about your channel sucks, your video sucks. It's like there's people uploading videos on TikTok where they're just recording on their phone in their car, and they're getting like thousands of views or whatever, right? Or like hundreds of thousands of views. So it's not that. It seems to me that it is politically charged, and they're targeting especially smaller channels before they get started. So it's like that freedom of speech, not freedom of reach thing, right? Where they'll let you start a channel because they don't want you to go to Rumble. They don't want you to go to Odyssey. And like Max Egan was saying, that they're probably letting everybody back on so they can scan everything and monitor everything and get everything uploaded into the AI system, right? So they can get more predictive models based on what we're talking about, what we're thinking, so that they can get ahead of it, right? And you can just see, right? It keeps going up and down, right? It's ridiculous. This is like one of the most highly valued companies in the world with the most sophisticated AI monitoring system. And I'm supposed to believe that they can't manipulate the system like that in like subtle ways where they're just making it so that you don't, because that's what it is, right? When you first release the video, then that's like the prime thrust when you get the most views, because that's when all your subscribers are going to see the video notification, watch the video, and then that's when you're going to get your primary boost. And since people watch videos, I mean, it's sad, but that's how it is, right? People scan through and then they see video, and they might see 2 videos on the same topic, and they'll see one video has 10,000 views and one video has 100 views. And they're just going to automatically go to the one with 10,000 views because that's how people are, right? So it's really bad for small creators when they do stuff like this, because those 2 extra thumbs up, I mean, if you think about it, if I thumbs up and that didn't register, or the one that I thumbs up, then it went back down. So she already lost 2 thumbs up, right? and that's supposed to boost your engagement in the algorithm. But if they're taking, I mean, that's what it looks like to me. It looks like to me that someone came, thumbs up the video, because like I'm saying, when I arrived at the video, it had 4 thumbs up. Then I thumbs it up, it had 5 thumbs up. Then I was playing the game. Then by the time the video was over, when I looked back over, it only had 3 thumbs up. And that's when I was like, I should record this, because it's like started fluctuating like that. I mean, how else do you explain it? Like, why is it doing that? You know, it's kind of ridiculous, especially to do it to a small creator. Like, I could see if you're shaving a couple off Mr. Beast, but they're probably giving him extra ones. They're probably giving him her thumbs up, right? Like, because that's how it works. Because the people that are approved and don't go outside of the rails, they get extra boost, extra this and that, and plus they have that thing now where it's like you got to pay to boost your video, right? So people that aren't engaged in that, they're probably suppressing their channel too, because that's what they're selling. They're probably trying to sell that thing where it's like, oh, do you want to boost this video? Boost the video? That means pay for it. Like, no. It's like, if people don't want to watch the video, why would I pay for people to watch the video? It doesn't make any sense. So anyway, that's kind of my theory on that, how they're kind of attacking the networks. And then if they can just shave a couple views off of each video, and especially off smaller channels, so they can't ever really get ahead, right? Then that's what it's gonna be like, and that it's gonna suck, because I mean, you can't beat the algorithm. If the algorithm doesn't serve your video to anyone, what are you gonna do about it? Nothing. So yeah, that's the video. You can check out Asia at America First AI Network. You can check out Jeff Berwick and Max Egan in a whole bunch of different places. And it looks like they're just going to keep on tightening, you know, the social credit score thing. First they're going to do with this, then eventually it will just get to the point where, you know, people will just think you're nuts if you don't have some type of like AI device where you can be scanned for your like identity and all that other stuff, like immediately upon approaching people. I hope it doesn't get to that. So I'm going to get out of here with that. Thanks for watching if you did. Have a good day and peace.